Hello, history enthusiasts, and welcome to Historical Revelations, intriguing stories you never knew. I'm thrilled to have you here for a journey into the lesser-known corridors of our past. History isn't just about dates and famous figures, it's a tapestry woven with peculiar and astonishing events that often evade the spotlight. Today, we're shining that light on the overlooked tales that deserve a moment in the sun. From the quirkiest battles to the oddest phenomena, we're about to unravel historical narratives that will amaze and entertain you. Have you ever heard of a Great Emu War? Or the mysterious, dancing plague that swept through medieval Europe? Get ready to embark on a journey that will challenge your understanding of history, as we bring to you stories that are as fascinating as they are unusual. In Australia, there was a peculiar event known as the Emu War in 1932. After World War I, Australian veterans were given land to farm, but a large population of emus migrated to these areas and caused significant damage to crops. The Australian government then deployed the military with machine guns to combat the emu infestation, resulting in a comical struggle that saw the emus outmaneuvering the soldiers. It's a quirky chapter in Australian history. On January 15, 1919, in Boston, Massachusetts, a massive storage tank containing 2.3 million gallons of molasses ruptured, resulting in a flood of molasses rushing through the streets at an estimated 35 miles per hour, 56 kilometers per hour. The Great Molasses Flood killed 21 people and injured 150, demonstrating the unexpected and devastating consequences of industrial accidents. In Strasbourg, Alsace, modern-day France, in 1518, a strange phenomenon occurred known as the dancing plague. A woman named Frau Trophia began dancing in the streets, and soon, within a month, around 400 people joined in the continuous, uncontrollable dancing. This bizarre event lasted for about a month, and some dancers even died from exhaustion and heart attacks. During World War II, the British planned Operation Vegetarian, a plan to drop anthrax-laden cattle cakes on German livestock in a biological warfare attempt. Fortunately, the plan was never executed. In the final days of World War II, an unusual alliance occurred during the Battle of Castle-Itter. American and German soldiers, along with a group of French prisoners and an Austrian resistance fighter, joined forces to defend a castle in Austria against the Waffen-SS. This alliance was a unique and temporary cooperation in the midst of a war. A dispute between Greece and Bulgaria arose due to a stray dog crossing the border. The incident escalated into the War of the Stray Dog in 1925, where shots were fired, and casualties occurred over a seemingly trivial matter. The Bone Wars, also known as the Great Dinosaur Rush, were a period of intense scientific rivalry and fossil hunting between paleontologists Edward Drinker Cope and Othniel Charles Marsh in the late 19th century. This rivalry led to the discovery of numerous dinosaur fossils, but it was marred by underhanded tactics, spying, and attempts to discredit each other's work. On June 30, 1908, a massive explosion occurred over a remote area in Siberia, known as the Tunguska event. It was likely caused by the airburst of a small asteroid or comet, flattening approximately 770 square miles, 2,000 square kilometers, of Siberian forest and releasing energy equivalent to about 10 to 15 megatons of TNT. The Children's Crusade was a series of religiously inspired movements by European youths, supposedly aiming to reclaim the Holy Land. However, many historians believe the events were misinterpreted and likely involved the exploitation of young individuals for various purposes, rather than a traditional military crusade. The Cod Wars were a series of confrontations between the United Kingdom and Iceland over fishing rights in the North Atlantic. The disputes escalated and involved naval vessels, leading to changes in fishing regulations and territorial boundaries. In the Kingdom of Mysore, present-day India, in 1615, a notable battle took place where elephants played a crucial role. The forces of the ruler of Mysore, Raja Wadiyar, used trained war elephants in a strategic battle against the Bijapur Sultanate, showcasing the significance of elephants in warfare during that time. In 18th-century Paris, there was a bizarre event where apprentices and journeymen staged a mock trial and execution of cats. This Great Cat Massacre was described in Robert Darnton's book, highlighting social and cultural aspects of that period. The Wilhelm scream is a distinctive scream sound effect used in over 400 films and TV series, starting from the movie Distant Drums, 1951. It has become an inside joke in the film industry, as sound editors continue to include it as a homage in various movies. In 1835, the New York Sun newspaper published a series of articles claiming that there were civilizations and advanced life on the Moon, attributed to Sir John Herschel, a well-known astronomer. The articles were later revealed to be a hoax, but they captured public imagination and stirred lunar exploration enthusiasm. The Pig War was a standoff between the United States and Great Britain over the San Juan Islands, located between Vancouver Island and the Washington Territory. The tension arose after an American farmer shot a British pig that was rooting in his garden. It was peacefully resolved, and the islands are now shared by the U.S. and Canada. The Battle of Plassey was a significant turning point in Indian history during the colonial period. It was a decisive victory for the British East India Company over the Nawab of Bengal and his French allies, effectively establishing British control over Bengal and setting the stage for British rule in India. During the 7 Years' War, the British and the Spanish engaged in the Battle of Castle Moro, part of the Siege of Havana. The British forces successfully captured the fortress of Moro Castle in Havana, Cuba, contributing to the eventual British capture of the city. In 1816, a volcanic eruption in Indonesia, Mount Tambora, released massive amounts of ash and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. This resulted in the Year Without a Summer, in 1816. Causing widespread crop failures and food shortages around the world due to the subsequent cooling effect on the climate. That was all for this time. Thank you for watching. Till the next time, goodbye.